Hello, Floss Tube. Welcome to my channel. This is Michelle from the day before this day. Day before Michelle on Instagram and here on YouTube. Today is Thursday, September 24th. Happy birthday to my husband. If you're watching, I love you. Lost my train of thought. Oh, this is Floss Tube number 7. So this one's going to be just a really quick little one. I'm going to do a whip parade directly after this. So I'm just going to do a real quick finish, FFO, and stash update, and then I will upload this and start the whip parade. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. So let's get started with a quick little update from life update, that is. It's been several months since my last Floss Tube. Since then, my son and his girlfriend have had their baby, beautiful little girl. I have not got to meet her yet due to the whole COVID thing, but I'm so excited to see video and pictures, and I'll get to see her soon, I hope. It's just not safe, you know. It's not worth the risk as much as I want to meet her. She doesn't know right now, so even though I really want to meet her, it's better for me not to right now. As much as it hurts me to say, we have been isolating as much as we can, and I don't want to put them or us at risk. So hopefully, fingers crossed, things will either be calmed down or there will be some actual treatment available, and effective treatment available, and we can see them over Christmas. That is my hope. That is my sincerest hope. So I have signed up for college. I'm going back to school after 30 years. This winter I will be starting working towards my broker's license, and it's both scary and exciting, and I can't wait to see what the newest chapter brings. So pretty much, other than lots of house projects, lots of spring and summer cleaning and clearing out and trying to declutter. My youngest son was off work for a couple months. He'd had an accident at work and had a concussion. He was finally cleared to go back, so today is his first day back from that. It's you know how it is. They may be grown, but they're always still your babies. So I worry, but it should be good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There hasn't been a lot of stitching. There has been even less Floss Tube watching. There was just, when the quarantine started, it allowed people who had wanted to start filming videos, which is fantastic. The more of us sharing our passion and sharing our stitching and our lives, the better. You don't know when someone might come across your video and say, oh, I would like to try that. So it's a good thing. But at the same time, those of us who were already doing Floss Tube videos, like I had done a lot of them, we're doing more of them. And so I got a little overwhelmed, and with all of the house stuff and then the whole COVID thing and the worrying about that, I just kind of got overwhelmed, and I just stayed away from YouTube for a little while. I started catching up about a week or so ago once I started having a little more stitching time, and I made very little progress. When I logged into YouTube to double check what Floss Tube this was going to be, I had 89 notifications. Yeah. So, and those were all just from subscriptions. I think that there was one new subscriber notification, and that was it. All of them were just new video from. So I have lots of watching to do in my future. I may or may not go back from the last one, you know, or if I'm just going to start from here. We'll see. So, who did I watch when I was catching up? I watched Michelle Bendy. I watched Brenda and the Cereal Starter. I watched Lost in Floss. I watched Two Martini Stitcher, and I'm sorry. Oh, Leslie. Fat cat flossing. Sorry. Whew. Okay. So those are who I started catching up on already. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing a lot more stitching here and lots more watching. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing whips, so FFOs. I have one here. This is my spooky row. So I bought this shelf. I think I bought it at a Volunteers of America, but it could have been at a yard sale. But I'm pretty sure that this was a thrift store buy. This was one of the 1990s, early 2000s that had like the Noah's Ark scene here. You remember when that was really popular. So I just painted it black, and then this is on magnets and washers so that I can swap it out. When I originally finished this, I did not have a trim that I liked with it here at home, so I just went ahead and finished it onto the flat fold, and I chose this fabric. And I loved it with this fabric, but then when I was out shopping for trim, I found this trim, and it matched this perfectly. But now it doesn't match this, so I need to swap this out for a different fabric, I think. Now it's one of those things where I'll actually just save this for, I have another spooky row, or not spooky row, another row project. I believe it's Halloween row or something like that, or trick or treat or something like that. Anyhow, I've got several different designs that I will use this for. This didn't go well with the trim. So, but in the meantime, it is finished, even if I'm not completely happy with it. Just have to find somewhere to hang it up at. And I say that because I've already hung one shelf, not even thinking about that. I gotta take it off because I still haven't finished painting my stitching room. It's still bright blue and green and everywhere but this corner. So that was it for FFOs. I do have a finish, and this is little cauldron. This is for my Halloween Smalls exchange through the Stitchers Coven group on Facebook. And this is the cauldron from, I just had it. Sorry. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. This is the cauldron from this design, and that's the designer up there. This was a freebie at Keepsake that I picked up at Keepsakes. And I swapped out, because you can see on the design there all the little buttons, I swapped out the buttons and just added some beads instead. Oops. Because I wanted, the buttons just seemed a little cutesy, and my exchange partner doesn't like cutesy, so. This will be being finished into a pincushion. I have the cutest little wooden tray thing for it, but I left it downstairs, so I can't share. I will share at least a picture of this in my next video. I might try to squeeze in another video before I ship it, but I'll just have to play it by ear. Um, I got my exchange from my partner, and her name is Carrie. I won't give her last name, but she stitched this for me. And this was from the this year's Halloween ornament issue, or special edition issue, and it's by Panocha, something like Punochka is how you pronounce it. So this is in this year's Halloween, and I love it. I absolutely excuse me, love everything. There's a black cat, there's a witch. It's perfect. Thank you again if you're watching. And this, I actually had to pull this and I am so sorry. Excuse me just a moment. I know people don't like it when you drink on screen and everything, but sometimes you just get a little too dry and you have to. So also in my package, she sent a large bag of caramel creams, which are gone already because it's a family favorite and we have absolutely no willpower, no self-control whatsoever. So they're gone. But she also included this. One of these days I'll get this whole, angles and everything figured out. Maybe. And this lovely card. And I absolutely love these needle minders. I mean, look at that witch. Look at that cat's face. Love them. And so you can't really see, and I'm going to angle my camera up so that you can, so she can see where they live. So you can see where the owl is up here in the middle. Above that was my exchange gift from last year's Halloween Smalls Exchange, and that was from Michelle Bendy. So right there next to the owl is where this goes, and then up next to the spooky there, that's where the little witch pumpkin is living. And now I gotta figure out how to get my, there, I think, well, maybe not. Good enough. So, just in case you wanted to see where they went. Get these out of the way. And now we move on to stash. Now, I had done really well with my Stitch from Stash budget. When we ended the last, I want to say quarter, but I think it's split into the half a year. I was to the positive. And I was to the positive really good. Like, my handy dandy planner that I keep all that information in. If only I was this organized for the rest of my life. So I ended, excuse me, I ended June, or May, excuse me, I ended May at 20, okay, maybe it's not in here. Okay, well, I ended April at $45, and I think I had like another $25 purchase. I'm pretty sure that I was to the good like 25 bucks. It's downstairs, and I know it's downstairs because I was doing it for our check-in. This half of the year, my budget's already blown. I am so far in the hole because I have been doing so well. I saved up for market, and so I didn't go in the hole for market. And then Coming to America happened. Yeah, I pre-ordered the entire kit from Keepsakes. And because I hadn't been to Keepsakes in almost a year, I opted to not have it shipped and decided I was going to drive down to get it. Because Keepsakes is about an hour and 20 minutes from me, so it's not like it's a long trip or anything. So I went down to pick it up. I have not started it yet. I was going to do the stitch along and try to stitch it in the 66 days. But this little project was stitched on 40 count, and I don't enjoy 40 count. I don't enjoy 40 count to the extent that I've been getting 40 count as my fabric of the month for the last 6 months, and I just destashed the other 5 months because I don't enjoy it. I can stitch on it, I just don't enjoy it. I don't like it. And this is my hobby, and I'm supposed to enjoy, and it's supposed to relax me. So there you have it. When I ordered the kit, it came with 40 count. Now, the reason I haven't started yet is because this is a looser weave, because this is hand dyed, and they shrink just a touch when they've been dyed. It's just the nature of fabrics. Once you remove the sizing, then it tightens up. This is a much looser weave, and since it had been printed, it didn't get that shrinkage that happens when you wash or get it wet in the traditional sense. I still don't think that I'm going to be okay with it, but I was thinking I might. So, but I keep back and forth because I like the finished size with 40 count. I just don't like stitching on it. So I don't know. Part of me wants to destash this and use the money to buy a 32 or a 36 count. I don't know. And I keep waffling, and since I keep waffling, I just haven't started it yet. So there we have it. There is no way that it's going to be finished within the 66 days. So while I was at Keepsakes, in addition to the lots of freebies that I picked up, I also picked up a Murder of Crows by Lottie Da. Hey! Okay, so my cat likes to be called like a dog. Don't tear that basket up. Good boy. So, sorry, Murder of Crows by Lottie Da. And then I picked up Pin Pokes 1 by Homespun Elegance. They had this finished, and it was so pretty. So I had to grab it. And, okay. So as soon, right now, and you'll see it when I do the whip parade, right now I have a commissioned piece that I'm working on. And as soon as it is done, I am starting this. I need Spooky to be done right away. Right away. And then probably I'm going to do Eek from there. But Spooky has to be done, like, now. So I will be starting that as soon as I finish my commissioned piece. They hadn't even put these out yet. They were laying on the table, and I saw it. I was like, oh, I had already purchased. I had already paid for everything else, and I saw this, and I was like, can I buy this? So this, and then I bought 1 or 2 threads, and they've already been put away. So that was it for my Keepsakes trip. And then I had some Stash Unload purchases. Oh, there they were. And this is Stash Unloading Cross Stitch Only on Facebook. Here's where I got these. First up is Deck the Halls by Blackbird Designs. And I absolutely am in love with It Came Upon Midnight Clear. I mean, look at that. Love it. Also from, all of these are going to be from the Cross Stitch Unload, or Stash Unload Cross Stitching Only. This is from my friend Tina. She was destashing, so I got in on it. And it's Squareology Nevermore. and it includes the buttons. And then also, and this is by Hands On Design, and also Scary Bit also included the buttons. These will probably go on my short list as well. And then this was a partial kit. It's got the threads, and it's from Pine Mountain Designs. It's called Trick or Treat. It doesn't have, like I said, it just has the threads, so it doesn't have the pillow wrap and everything, but I can just make one. A Time to Reap by Barbara Cooley of Plum Pudding. Love the pumpkin. That is it from Stash Unloading. I have, actually, you know what? I think that this might have been an eBay purchase. I think this was from eBay. Sorry. And the very last of my stash, and I know that it seems like it's a lot, not the last of my stash. I know it seems like a lot, but bear in mind that this is from since after market. So this has been, what, 4 months? So from eBay, I picked up, this is the 2008 issue of the Halloween issue. I actually have a digital copies that I purchased. The problem with those are that I don't enjoy stitching from a screen, and I don't always have printing capabilities because we have a really nice printer, but the ink is really kind of spendy. So if I've done a lot of printing, I might have to wait a while before I can print more, order more ink, because it's spendy. And when you're buying ink, and I had been buying ink like once to 2 times each month, and you don't think that it costs that much until all of a sudden you realize just how much it costs. So anyhow, those were my eBay and D-Stash purchases, and my last one is going to be the purchase that keeps giving, because Just Cross Stitch had a deal going that when you did a subscription, you got the 2020 Halloween edition for free. It was like either $20 or $30, and I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly. I'd have to go back and look, but basically for a 2-year subscription, it was cheaper than buying the 2 ornament issues, which comes with the subscription, and the one Halloween. So it was cheaper than buying those 3 magazines, plus you get 12 more throughout the year. And so it felt like a no-brainer. So I bought the subscription, and I've got my first 3 because I got the Halloween, and then there is this issue, and then the Christmas one came. So I'm excited about that. And that's it for my stash. It felt like there was a lot of stash, but I guess there wasn't as much as I thought. It's just stacking up here. And I've been trying not to stash just for the sake of stashing. So okay, so it feels like I'm missing a lot, and I am, because I haven't done any whips. And the whip parade may have to be 2 videos because I have a lot of whips. A lot. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video so I can start recording the other one. I'm going to upload this one right away, so I'm not going to be doing any editing or anything. And I will see you again in a few minutes. I will see you again in a few minutes. You will see me, later. So, I hope you enjoyed your visit, and I hope you'll come back and visit again. And in the meantime, happy stitching. Bye-bye.